Scottish guy debunks American stereotypes. Really enjoy these kind of videos. Before we do get into this, appreciate if you guys can subscribe button. Let's check out these stereotypes.
Americans are very patriotic. Okay,
Right,
this one
yep,
is
I see this
interesting
all the
because
time.
I actually agree Americans are very patriotic. And it stemmed like my very first trip to America was on Memorial Day.
Yeah, I always hear, and like, when I see like vlogs and stuff, like the flags are everywhere on the buildings, on houses, in shops. Bro, you won't see that in the UK. You won't see any UK flags.
Which is obviously a very important day to Americans. So when I was about there in my first few days, you saw flags flying everywhere.
Okay.
And I just absolutely loved it. I think this
It
is
is
a true
cool.
stereotype. Americans are very patriotic
Right.
and proud of their country. And why not? I mean,
That's
I
a
can't really
cool
say
thing,
anything.
though.
I've got a Scotland flag up there behind me. You know, I've got the t-shirt that my friend Diane sent me as well. Americans are patriotic. You guys are, and I really, really love it about you because...
Yeah, that is cool. So like, I had my PO box helping. You guys were just sending me so many like American merch and stuff. Bro, it's really cool. Really, really cool to look at.
When I've been there, you know, it doesn't matter which kind of side of politics you're on. It doesn't matter, you know, what you believe in. There's a lot of people with different
Right.
beliefs in America, and everybody from both sides are, I would say, patriotic. A lot of people are. I would
fair
absolutely love to live in America. Like I'm telling you, I promise you.
Yo, tell me in the comments how many of you guys actually have like an American flag about in your house or on your house. I'm actually curious to see how many of you do and see how many of you don't.
Someone will sponsor me a visa and enable that visa process. I am 100%
move it.
there. That is the only thing stopping me is a visa. I will come and live in America.
Alright, so we'll marry
There's
him
a lot
in
of
America.
amazing things about America, and a lot of people know that. It is a great place to live. A lot of amazing things going for it. And then you have the whole thing about freedom coming in. And you know what? With all
Okay.
that, and the reason I want to live there, it makes it a great place, and why not celebrate that with a bit
Right.
of patriotism? I think it was a really cool thing that I saw in America.
It
People
is
are
cool.
patriotic,
It
and
is.
why not? Number two, another one that I kind of agree with.
Okay.
Americans are loud. That is part of the reason why I love Americans. To be honest with you guys.
You know what? I notice it even in my stream though. Like, I don't think it's like just you're loud. You might be loud in general. People say I'm loud, you know, so I might fit in with America well. But your personalities are loud. You know what I mean? Like, you stand out with your personality. Very strong with opinions, thoughts, whatever. And it is great. Honestly, if you guys are in my stream, join my stream. I'm live every day, twitch.tv/Alfred Proper family vibes going on there. You guys are amazing. Bro, the chats that we have, we just talk all day long, man. It's crazy, bro.
Guys, whenever I
Really
come to
cool.
the States, I have such a great time because there's lots of people coming up to you, talking to you in the street with no fears or inhibitions and giving you their opinions and stuff. I think
Right.
it's really, really cool. I like it, right?
Facts.
But the thing is, I meet a lot of loud people on my travels around the world. Italian people are loud. Spanish people are pretty loud.
Okay.
My wife and her family are from Brazil, and let me tell you, they're pretty loud as well.
Everyone's loud.
Americans are in that lot of people who are not the quietest in
No.
the world, and
Yo, to be fair though, like people in the UK, I would say we're like more quiet than loud. Unless we've been drinking, we're very loud when we're drunk. But in general, I would say the average British person is probably more quiet compared to like an American, for example.
who cares? It's something I absolutely love about America. And let me tell you something, it is far better being loud than so
Facts.
quiet and boring that you can't
yeah.
even say anything out of place.
Preach.
Like a lot of places in Northern Europe are. Where was it last year? I was somewhere last year, the year before, where everything was silent, people are quiet, they don't speak to you, and I was just bored.
Okay.
That's not my vibe. I like people who are outgoing, and that is why I love America. We could equally say people in some European countries are too quiet. Number
Right.
3, Americans are all obese. This is a bizarre one, right? And I know that every country has got like a lot of people from all different sizes and shapes and whatever, right? But in America, one thing I will say is, you know, maybe the numbers will say different, but one thing I'll say is I have never seen so many absolutely busting out the seams fit people in my life.
Oh, I heard of this, you know. I actually heard of this a lot. And people said, like, one of their biggest surprises going to America was like, yeah, of course you're going to see people overweight, right? You're going to see people overweight in the UK as well. But the crazy difference is there's so many fit looking people, like people that work out a lot, just walking about. There's a lot more that you see in America than you do like in the UK. So, yeah, you guys might be high on the stats for overweight, but you're also high on the stats for being fit. So, you know, you take both awards.
I have in the States, no matter which place I went, Texas,
Yeah,
North
I've heard
Carolina,
this.
Florida certainly, and even New York, there were people everywhere were super fit. In fact, I had never seen so many fit people in my life as when I was in America. And I kind of felt a little
Nobody
bit
wants to
ashamed
be
going
there.
about. And let me tell you something else. The UK is one of the most unhealthy places in the world in terms of developed countries. And Scotland is the worst of the worst. We're the sick man of Europe, essentially. People here have got no right of saying that about Americans when our health is really, really bad. That's something I find interesting.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he's touching the nerve with that one, bro. Listen, I'm trying to do better. I know I'm sat here drinking the Coca-Cola right now, but just ignore that, yeah? But I'm trying to do better, man, because I've been eating takeaways for the past, 5 years every single day. I know it's bad. But I'm trying to, be a little bit more healthy with my foods now.
I know there are numbers that kind of back things up, but like I said, I have never seen so many people who are health conscious as I have in America.
That's
Number
cool.
4, Americans are not intelligent. Eh? What?
Well, this is just
This
dumb.
one is so bizarre. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
But it always makes these lists of stereotypes of Americans.
Honestly, I think this has just came about because America's such a big place, and it's like everybody watches America, like American videos, American content, American movies, TV shows. You know what I'm saying? And it's such a big place. It's got a lot of people in. So it has a lot of dumb people in as well. Like, we've seen it. We've seen the clips of, Americans being interviewed, and they don't even know what Europe is. You know what I mean? There's a lot of dumb people in America, but there's a lot of dumb people in the UK as well, right? So I think it's just because America's always being watched. That's where this came about. But, yo, bro, saying America is just dumb in general, how are they the leader of the world? How are they the most intelligent with the companies and NASA? You know what I'm saying? Bro, that's just dumb.
Not intelligent. I find this crazy because, like I said, I've met a lot of American people, when I was traveling in the States and in the UK and, on planes
you guys
and
teach
different
me all the
destinations in
time.
the world, and I've had lots of really in-depth discussions with American people about a range of topics. And people I've always come across as very intelligent. In fact, like on the Uber, for example, on Uber rides in America, I've had some really great, deep conversations with people. And let me just say something else. In America, a lot of the technology I use to basically keep my whole life going, the phone that I do absolutely everything on, my laptop, which basically puts these whole vlogs together, they're American designed.
True.
America has some amazing technology platforms that I use every single day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know the numbers exactly, but bro, most of the biggest companies in the world are America. You think dumb people are going to make the biggest company? Well, I don't know, maybe.
And I would be lost without them. So it cannot be true.
It's stupid
America is an unintelligent nation based on all the things that it's achieved in technology alone. Number 5,
just the media,
Americans are way too happy and cheerful.
That's good.
This is just, people are crazy, right? That's the thing. People out there are crazy to say that because, and actually, yeah, Americans are very happy and cheerful. That's one thing I will say. Every time I've been there, arrived at the airport, some guy who I'd never met before jumped to me and said, "Let me take your bag down the stairs for you, no problem."
Yo, that was scared the crap out of me.
Wherever I've went, I've always met smiling people who are cheerful and really kind of...
Oh my God, I thought he said smelling people. I was going to say, that's too far, bro, America. I was going to say, that's too far. I don't want to go to America, bro, and everyone starts smelling me. What if I smell bad?
Some guy who I'd never met before jumped to me and said, "Let me take your bag down the stairs for you, no problem."
Are you sure you're not getting
robbed?
robbed?
Of happy people. Wherever I've went, I've always met smiling people who are cheerful and really kind of positive.
That's cool.
And I love that. It made me kind of feel energized. It made me feel positive. Maybe I was having a bad day as well, and people just cheered me up. Why is that a bad thing? Now, I know there are people who say, it's something to do with the kind of pretentiousness of it all, but I generally find that people I've met who have been really positive in America are just generally positive people.
Yo, that don't matter though. Especially when it comes to strangers, who cares if they're pretending or not? You know what I mean? It's still gonna boost your mood. You know what I mean? You don't know them personally, right? So don't bother you. But seeing a smile is better than seeing someone grumpy. Because, yo, everyone in the UK, not everyone, but most people in the UK are grumpy, bro. We're all just miserable walking around. I'm telling you, we are.
Well, it's not kind of pretentious whatsoever. So I find
Barely
this a
really,
really strange one. And think of the alternative.
I blame the
people
weather.
are just miserable all the time. Truthful, miserable, boring people. That's not good anywhere.
Right.
But it exists. If you go around the world, you find people who are really, really boring.
Yep, England.
Americans are not like that. And I love it. 6, Americans don't respect science. What is going on here?
Wait, what?
This one is crazy. I went myself
to
a NASA space center. It was incredible. NASA put man on the moon for the first time ever.
Wait, who said, bro, what kind of stereotype is America don't respect science? I swear most of the big science things that happens is in America. What? Who's saying this?
Has achieved so much in science over the years
in
America with various different things that are going on. It is one of the leading countries in the world in terms of pharmaceuticals and a lot of other amazing scientific industry. that this one is absolutely crazy. How can a country that doesn't respect science have done so much and achieved so much? That's what I want to know, right? It's
that's
a
weird one.
crazy stereotype, this. Even now, with this whole coronavirus thing, America's at the forefront of helping to develop a vaccine. Who knows where that will lead? We don't know. But there's a lot of really clever, intelligent people thinking about it right now. So that is one. I'm going to debunk, cross it off the list. Let's remove some of these off the list forever. Number 7, Americans are inconsiderate. This, I'm going to tell you right off, is ludicrous, right?
So that's pretty much just rude.
Americans I've met, and I know, and like the thousands of people watch my channel interact with, so many considerate people that I can't even believe that I've been so lucky to meet so many great, happy...
Yo, I'm like him as well, right? Because you guys have honestly, like, I'm talking about my... Like, yeah, the YouTube comments and YouTube... Bro, you guys are just unreal in there, right? But on my stream, it's more personal. Like, I actually have a live chat with you. Bro, you guys boost my mood every single day when I go live. Every single day. So, that's considerate, right?
Nice people that have helped me out. Now, last year, I was invited by a family of people to their holiday retreat log cabin with them.
Yo, bro, that would never happen in the UK. Like, it freaked me out at the first, because I got my own experience, right? Yeah, you guys are so just like, yeah, I could debunk this, bro. You guys are so nice, considerate, friendly. And, bro, it is weird as someone from the UK because I'm not used to it. So the first time I was making these videos, I was getting people say like, oh, come to my house, I have a spare basement. I'm thinking, whoa, I've seen horror shows, bro. I ain't going to some random person's basement and I'm going to disappear. But then I was getting hundreds of them. And I was thinking, wait, is that just how you guys are? Because, yo, I'm telling you right now, in the UK, if someone tells me to go to their house and I don't know who they are, something bad is going down, bro. But I've honestly, at this point, after a year making these, I've had thousands of messages from you guys being so nice, saying that you got an extra room, extra room at your house. Some people even said they got a spare house, bro. Who has a spare house? And you're offering it for me to go, which is really, really, really cool. And yeah, that's just something I'll never see in the UK, ever.
To North Carolina. Big shout out to Diane and her family. It was such an amazing experience, but these people were so considerate and so helpful and thoughtful of me and my experience in their place. They wanted me to enjoy it, and I had such a great time. People were so considerate, and I get messages almost on a daily basis from people in America saying, come to my house, we've got a spare room, we want to show you around.
It's so cool.
We want to take time out of our busy schedule to show you around our country. And I just think if Americans are inconsiderate, like the stereotype says, that would not happen. So this is just absurd. And like, no way. Americans are some of the most considerate people I've been fortunate enough to meet. So ridiculous, this one. Number 8,
that was
Americans
stupid.
do not respect nature. Bit of a chin scratcher, that one, considering the fact...
Wait, don't you have like the most nature parks in the world?
That in America, and I'm going to read off a script here, these are facts that cannot be disputed on the internet. According to the WDPA, the US currently has 34,000 protected areas covering a total of more than 1.8 million square miles.
34,000!
That is a lot of land, and I dare say it's probably more than an entire landmass of the UK put together.
Man!
A lot of land in America.
Oh, of course it is, bro. I swear some of your guys' nature parks are bigger than the UK.
America is dedicated to nature and wildlife, so how can America not respect nature? In fact, some of the greatest nature experiences I've had ever have been in America. Like I said, I went to the bayou.
Yeah, I've seen some
New
good
Orleans.
nature
It was
vlogs.
Incredible, loved it. What a unique experience. The nature you guys have around your country, Florida, and then up in the northwest, in the woods and the mountains and all that kind of stuff. You've got nature that is unbelievable on your doorstep, and then you've got the desert in the south, snowy in the north. The nature you have, the animals you have, so diverse, so unique. I absolutely love it, and I've done a couple of videos on that on my channel, and the links are down below if you want to go and check them out. Number 9, Americans do not travel. Come again? What? Eh?
Oh, right. Okay. So, yeah. To me, at the start, it was crazy to think that, like, Americans don't really travel. And, like, a lot of Americans don't have a passport. But that was before I actually understood how big America was. And then when I started learning about how big America was, it's like 50 countries in one. So, like, America's pretty much the size of Europe. You know what I'm saying? And I've never been out of Europe. So, technically, if I was American, I would never go out of America. I actually wouldn't.
So in my travels around the world, and you know, I've been to a few places the last
And you've got
few years.
so many different places in America.
I would say Americans are second to top of all the nations of people I've met on my travels, second only to Chinese people.
Right.
But Americans are definitely second in that list of people that I meet on my travels. I meet a lot of Americans when I'm out and about. And here's the next thing as well, which has been absolutely amazing for my home country, Scotland, is the fact that Scotland's tourism boom over the last 2 or 3 years has been driven mostly by Americans.
Oh.
You know, and now coronavirus is kind of put a whole spanner in the works, but we had to launch daily flights from Edinburgh and Glasgow direct to various different cities in America over the last few years because we couldn't...
Wait, I want to know actually, in the comments, if you're American, let me know where's the furthest place you've been or how often you do travel and if you traveled out of America. But listen, honestly, bro, if I actually was American, yeah, I'm telling you right now, the longest flight I've ever been on is 4 hours, okay? The longest flight. I bet you any money, America, you get longer flights within America. So if I was American, bro, I wouldn't have even traveled out of America.
Keep up with demand just on the flying alone. Most people who are coming to Scotland, the biggest group is Americans, and I think that is just absolutely amazing.
Cool.
I love it. So like the fact that Americans don't travel, I find really, really crazy. Number 10 ties that theme off. Americans are ignorant of the world, apparently, in some universe.
Okay,
but like I said, I meet
so
so many Americans on my travels.
Right.
Wherever I go, and let me tell you, I have learned a lot from conversations with Americans about different places in the world. But even further than that, to kind of really refute this and just blow it out of the park, a nice little American phrase for you guys there.
I'm telling you, this out of the list, and the overweight one, and the dumb one, is probably top 3 in stereotypes that people that aren't from America would think of America. Because I do hear this a lot, like Americans being ignorant by all sorts of, you know, people from different countries. I hear it a lot, dude.
Whenever I speak to Americans about Scotland, most Americans know more historical Scottish facts than I do about my own history and my own culture.
That's actually true,
in
bro.
fact, so many Americans have taught me about my own history and culture.
Yo. Yo, if Americans are ignorant, maybe it's the people that are on YouTube. I don't know, bro. Of course, there's going to be Americans that are ignorant. There's going to be people in the UK. There's going to be loads of people everywhere that are ignorant, yeah? But, yo, if Americans are supposed to be ignorant, how are they teaching me about my own country? Because you guys do all the time. All the time. On my YouTube comments, on my stream, you guys teach me loads, bro, about my own country. So does that mean I'm ignorant of my own country? Yeah.
How could that be from an ignorant people when they travel? Like, that's just impossible, right?
Yeah.
All of the things I know. In fact, I have learned about a very specific time period in history. The Jacobites, the Jacobite Rebellion. I had no idea about that period in Scottish history. I learned it because an American author, Diana Gabaldon, was so audacious to write about that time period and turn it into a fiction novel series, turn it into a TV series, but it was started by an American. And like so many people who come to Scotland know so much about the history, more than people who are educated in Scotland, which is kind of crazy, right? But that's truth. People from America know a lot about the places they go and travel and take a real interest, in my opinion, in what I've found. And I think it's absolutely incredible. A really ridiculous... I think a lot of these stereotypes are just really untrue. Stereotypes in general are dangerous, no matter which country we're talking about in the world.
Listen. Even if we jumped into the British stereotypes, man, they're wild, bro. Stereotypes are stereotypes. You know what I mean? They're not facts.
There's a lot of stereotypes, and usually they're not true. Certainly the ones about America I find to be not true, and I wanted to update this list.
Interesting
in the year
video,
2020,
though.
when so much is going on. Like I say, a lot of division, but let's pull people together on things that we can agree with. What do you say about that?
Yo, good video though. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like I said earlier, if you guys want to have a chat with me live, I stream every day on twitch.tv/L3WG. It's honestly a proper like family vibe over there. It's really cool having you guys there. Good video. Enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.